Didn't expect to be finally making a video today. This is going to be rushed, since I just want to let people know about this, and why I've not made an actual video in around 4 months. The footage I'm using for this video was something that I was going to use for a video about why I love The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. Last night, I received a message from YouTube saying I got demonetized. I didn't notice it until today, but basically, my entire channel has been demonetized over reused content. Yes, reused content. I have not made a video that possibly contains reused content in about 2 years. The last time I've probably reused content was with like some of the It's Fun songs. Since then, I haven't reused content from another creator. I was absolutely confused at first with why this is happening to me. But the answer relies in how I'm communicating with you right now, with text-to-speech. I've used text-to-speech more and more lately, since it's generally easier for me to work with compared to writing walls of text. It's pretty dumb that I'm being demonetized over text-to-speech, but I have to assume that is the case. I've heard stories from Roblox YouTubers in the past about themselves being demonetized just for using text-to-speech. I assume you may be asking why I don't just use my voice. There's a whole bunch of reasons for this. First of all, I don't own any proper microphone setup and it would probably sound pretty awful if I started using my voice. Plus, with content I'm capturing off of my Switch and Wii U, I generally do not game off of my laptop's display, and I instead game off my TV, which is mounted to a wall. Also, with text-to-speech, I can give it a set script which I've made in Microsoft Word, which I can then use for subtitles. Meanwhile, if I'm speaking into a microphone, it is possible that I would go off script whilst talking into it. The last thing to make note of is that I value my privacy. I know Google already has my voice through Google Assistant, but I don't really want random people to start adding a voice to their profiles of me. I'm hoping this is a reasonable enough explanation for why I don't use my voice. Anyways, before I continue, I do just want to rant about my demonetization, since I think this is a case of favoritism. As I said earlier, I got demonetized for reused content, which according to YouTube is where you use other people's content but don't add significant value. If we take a look at the latest drama on YouTube, you might know that there's a feud between two creators, Jax Films and Sniper Wolf. For years, Sniper Wolf has been reusing videos in practically all of her modern content, without adding anything substantial. Plus, she doesn't even credit the original creators, most of the time that is. Creators like Jax Films are pretty angry at YouTube since she is still monetized and she has tens of millions of subscribers. Plus YouTube is actively promoting her at events such as VidCon. This is such a problem that Jack now has a channel called Jax Films where he will literally only react to videos that Sniper Wolf has made, and he points out the repetitiveness of her content. If you want to see a true example of reused content, please go and watch his channel. Back to this video. The options YouTube has given to me is to send an appeal saying why I don't reuse content, but I've decided I'm not going to waste my time on that, considering most appeals to YouTube never work. Or I can wait until December and try and reapply for monetization. I'm going to try that, although I barely meet the watch hour monetization requirement now. One last thing I want to say before I talk about why there's been no videos on this channel for multiple months, is the fact that I don't use the text-to-speech that often. None of my live streams have ever used the text-to-speech voice. I've made about 16 live streams since my last video. Within my last 12 videos, 5 of them do not use a text-to-speech voice. And for the other 7 videos, they don't use the text-to-speech all the way through. For example, the eShop closure video probably doesn't use TTS for half of the video, and the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe custom items video uses it for around 3.5 minutes. Anyways, let's address the lack of videos on my channel. I've been demotivated to upload to my channel for quite a while, and I just don't have any good video ideas. I want my content on my channel to be pretty decent. Considering what has happened, it has demotivated me even more, to be completely honest. I'm hoping to have some actual videos soon, but no guarantee. Before I close off this video, I would just like to mention where you can find me outside of YouTube. You can find me on Odyssey under the same name, and you can find me on the Fediverse, basically Mastodon, at experiencer@lethalava.land. I haven't talked about it much, but I also run 2 blogs on Substack, They are splatoonunofficial.substack.com and ExperiencersInternational.substack.com. I'm going to end now. Please take care.